Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But welcome back to you. Break stride, I'm sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. You are listening to Midnight Round with me, Mike. I hope y'all are doing good. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Meltalurk Original, where you can not only watch this live, you can interact in the chat, you can change how the episode goes, you can watch the after show, which is just basically this, that's not shown anywhere else, I guess, yeah, and other streams as well. I mean, I need to get back on my streaming game, do more just in general, because honestly I've been lacking in terms of like actual streams. But, yeah, we'll get into that in a second here. You can go to my YouTube channel where I have all the episodes that I put up on there. All, like, 116, 117? I don't know what... No, I think it's 117 now. Yeah, sure. Let's just call it that. I think it's 117. Yeah, really, it's been a week? How's it been a week? Yeah, because 116 was the episode I talked about Black Ops 2. That doesn't feel like it's been a week. It feels like I missed a week. But it does feel weird because I think I was supposed to release a like, if you go to Spotify, you can listen to not only this, but you can like these episodes starting at episode 100, but you can listen to my radio show retrospective, which is just basically Midnight Ramen, but when it was a radio show back in college, more pre-pubescent version of what I do now. But I think I forgot to release it because I kind of forgot the schedule of when I was supposed to put it out. But that just, well, even if I did usually or edit it when I was supposed to, I wouldn't have been able to do it, because the reason being that I couldn't do it was that like the whole weekend I was gone, like absolutely gone. I could not do it. I was out of town, so the chances of me getting to it, absolutely zero. And then on Monday, which is usually the day that I do them, usually the day I edit them down and trim it up and get the fat down, I was working all day because the Vikings were in the playoffs, and yeah, that went down like a lead brick. The Vikings game, the event that we had, like a viewing party basically, because my place sponsors them, and they do a very big thing there, big production, and it was big. It was fun. Everything there was fun, but the game itself sucked, which was whatever. What are you gonna do? And yeah, they went down like a lip brick. It's like, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, because if they would have won, we would have had to set the exact same setup that we had for Monday on Sunday, this coming Sunday, but we'd have no people to do it. Absolutely none. And we have to do it in a tighter, and we have to do it in a very shorter time span than we did for setting it up. And yeah, we were fucking tired the first time tearing it down. It's not going to be fun setting it all up and doing that again. It was not fun. But even though it sucks that they lost, it's a good thing that they lost, because I'm not uh basically caught in a very kind of like a warlock pact where I'm stuck at work. Which honestly, I kind of do need the money though, because this past week has been a bit spenny for me. Uh, Over the weekend, I went to Fargo and, paying for hotels and stuff like that, and going out to eat and getting gas and stuff like that. A lot of money there. But when it came back, I bought a new car. My car that I had before this one, before the one I just got, it's not that it's broken or I sold it or anything. It's kind of getting to its last legs, but like it's not broken. It's still usable, and we're using it as like a backup, which is especially good because on the drive up to Fargo, my dad hit a deer, and so we had to get his car into the shop. So that was crazy. I mean, he's all fine. He's completely fine. It was like a 6 point buck, but the horn was like this close to his face, and he was like, "Ooh." He's glad he made it out unscathed. He said he was fine, and I like made sure to call him, just be like, yeah, that's big." Uh, yeah. But when I came back and got a new car, I'm starting to I'm starting to like it. It's good. Uh, I got a Nissan Rogue, which the main problem with them is the transmissions tend to be poop or mixed bag more or less. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be bad. I think it's gonna be fine. I think mine's good. I got it from a vendor that they know what the hell's going on, and they got a warranty on it, so it should be fine. I have to read into the fine print, but fingers crossed, knock on wood. If anything, even in that regard, were to happen, I'd be fine. And I have it insured, so I made sure to have it insured. Like I had to make sure that I get it. That I had to do that. But yeah, put a lease on it and building up my credit. Honestly, like other than like college debt, and I have like a Best Buy credit card. Like honestly, I do want to build up more credit, but I'm starting to like think like, oh, how am I going to pay off certain amounts and this and that and this and that? Because like, yeah, I don't currently have to care about like, oh, rent or anything like that, but I don't want to spend too much on that, and I want to make sure that I'm able to keep my bank account floating and building. I don't want to like deflate it, and all of a sudden I have a choice or decision that all of a sudden drains my bank account. I don't want to. I want to have something that's there that I can actually use just in that rainy day situation, or if like, hey, I want to use this or that. So yeah, big things. But all my cars since the beginning, I've had gray cars, and this one is no different. So it's a gray Nissan Rogue, and I think the naming convention. I think this one. So to start from the beginning, I had a 2004 Taurus, 2002. I think it was a 2004 Taurus, and that one was called named it the Milano. I got it basically handed down from my sister, who then got a new car. So I called it the Milano. I think she called it Clara. I can't remember, some Doctor Who name. I can't remember the actress's name. She has basically two characters. She's the companion for the 13th Doctor, not the 13th. Oh Jesus, the 12th Doctor. I probably should go fix that. Oh, thank God, it's like right there though. Oh man, okay. This sucks. Every time I have to do this, I have to like find and hunt wherever the hell my clippings go. So I have to be quick with this too, because I don't want it to both go down. Okay, that's one. And it's usually whoa. Okay, it's usually like 2 hours or something. Like, come on, this is only up for 30 minutes. I gotta find a bit. Like, command strips suck. Or I don't know what the hell it is, but like, I gotta find a better thing to keep that banner up. The bacon banner needs to find a better way to be held up. This like that's ridiculous. Like I have to be basically monitoring it. I put it up pretty dang close to when the show starts or when I start stream. And that lasted for less than 30 minutes. So that must be a sign or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of mad about that. Where was I? I was talking about the cars. So yeah, the first car was like Clara Milano or something like that. And then my second car was a 1998 Mercury Grand Marquis, and I called that the boat because that thing is a fucking brick house. And I think I might have said it before, but that thing could take a lot. I remember, like, I didn't get into any accidents with it, but if I were to face, like, go into a competition between a brick wall, I would win. I would definitely win. And the I already talked about the like, but that car was a rear wheel drive. Say that 5 times fast without just, slurring it. Rear wheel drive, and like in a very wintry climate, it just wasn't fun to drive. Especially like when you get to an intersection and all of a sudden I have no momentum. It like I could. It took me a solid like 5 seconds to get going sometimes, especially like if I was at the front, because that's where a lot of the gunk is, and when you have actual snow accumulated on the ground at intersections, that's the place where you're gonna get it the most, because even though they can plow as much as they want to, intersections just can't get a very good break, you know. And then after that, the one that I still have, but kind of it's just on the back burner. I think I'm gonna call that one the silver. I think that one's the silver chariot because it just goes. It's a 2005 Saturn View, and dang, the problem that I have with it, or the problem that I have with that's going on with it, is that it's rusted in the front, and it is replaceable, and it has been replaced before, or whatever, blah blah blah. But the thing that it's attached to is also rusted. So if I were to replace, like, I could replace that, but it's kind of hard to do the things that need to get replaced, and at that point, it's not worth it, So I might as so that's kind of the reasoning why it's like, hey, why don't I just get a new car? And yeah, looked around, and I like having a minivan SUV kind of vehicle, because yeah, I could be persuaded to use like a truck. I don't have a reason to need a truck. I don't have a want to have to use a truck, but I want to still be able to haul stuff, and to keep, if I want to get like a bunch of people in my car, I can do that. And if, say, I wanted to put a bunch of crap in my car, I can do that. Like, I'd rather be able to do both. I'd rather have the capacity to hold things and hold people, but also still have the internal cabin room. Because like with a truck, like the cabin bed, like, yeah, you can tie things down and whatnot, but it's all in like a separate thing, and typically not heated. Like if I put anything in the back there, it's like, well, now I got to grab it out of there. I can't reach it, this or that, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I kind of like an SUV, little minivan sort of thing. On it? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what else has been going on. Oh, it's also been, it was cold up there too. Cold as hell. But not the coldest it's ever been. Cause like When I used to live in the apartment up there, my apartment up there, it got like to negative 50 like multiple times. And I'm not talking about wind chill, I'm talking about like temp. It was like negative 30, I think negative 30, and then wind chill was like more, whatever. But it was bad. Oh, it got down real bad. Couple years there. But especially when I was living in the apartment, the winters there were just absolutely horrid. Like I was wearing multiple layers just to keep warm. It was not fun. It was god awful. I especially the last year too. But at least that's why I kind of went from the basement one where like you kind of had some heat, but the cold kind of dug its way into the ground, so like you were always cold. But like then I was moved up into like a carpeted area where my feet weren't fucking cold 24/7. So that was fun. That was good. I liked that. I liked not having cold feet all the time. And especially like my feet when it's not like warm enough. Oh, like I can totally feel it. I totally feel it. Like I don't mind the cold, but you know, just lounging around the house, I'd rather not be cold, you know? I'd rather be warm in the house, or comfortable, I should say, because my feet get actually cold. Like if I take my socks off, I guarantee they are going to be cold quick. Like to me, I might not think so, but like, oh, they get cold. Uh, so that's like, so when I was in, I think what was the worst time? It was definitely that last year though, when I was living in the apartment. It was like winter of 2022, and it was like days and days and days, or like weeks. But luckily, the Silver Chariot was so good. Was so good in that conditions, because I also got like a new battery, because it was around the time that I got it, or newer-ish time that I had it. So I got a new battery put in it, and never ever did it fail. I think the one time there was two times that I couldn't get out of my driveway. One, I think it was like it was actually really really bad. Uh, but the other time, someone else tried getting out, and they basically got themselves stuck because I had a low car. It's like, and this can like, and that's another reason why I like higher up vehicles, like a van or such, or is that if there's snow, like obviously there's gonna be like 2 feet of snow. No car is gonna, no car without a plow is gonna get through, unless like you're in a truck, obviously. Blah, 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 blah. Well, but at that point, duh. But you get like the you know inches to a foot or so, because that's usually where you're operating at. Normal car, screwed. Like a little SUV, like van, oh, just cruising, don't care. Like you can go from a dead stop, just plow on through. I remember like a couple weeks ago when we had a very big snow. My sister was trying to go to work, and her car kept just getting stuck and like sliding side to side. Mine had some trouble too, but not as bad as hers. But when we like dug her car out, like I had no problems getting out of where she like parked it for the meantime. I had absolutely no troubles. It was it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny. But yeah, it's gonna get real cold real quick, because next week I think it's supposed to be like similar to. Um, I think it's in like the single digit negatives. Maybe I have to look at it actually. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. I think it like the it's kind of warmed up, but I think it's gonna be a lot colder though. At least, because it says like Sunday it's gonna be -3, and then Monday's gonna be -6. But I feel like it's not gonna be that bad. You know, I don't know. it's not going to be too crazy, I don't think. And even like also with like a new car, it's like how like I'd have to really fuck up to not have my car start. Uh, I don't plan. There's not really. No, I don't. Can't see a reason that I'm gonna be fine. Not gonna be fine or what? Whatever. Whatever. Just another day of cold temps in the car. But yeah, it's I like my car. I think I'm gonna call it Requiem because it's also an SUV and Rogue Requiem. I just think it kind of fits. It's also a JoJo reference. Same with Silver Chariot, but yeah, I don't want it to go out like Requiem though. But that's spoilers. I'm not gonna get too deep in that, but I don't know. I don't know. TikTok's about to get banned though. That's maybe, maybe. Like, there's been like a lot of back and forth, and like, I don't think I'm gonna go onto like any site soon because like a lot of people are going like to Red Note, which is literally just a Chinese government ran basically copy of TikTok. It's like, yeah, I this is the exact thing that they don't want us to do. And plus, like, I don't want that. I don't want that. But also at the same time, it's like it's so stupid. Some of the stuff that I mean, and it's not like it's Congress. Some of it's Congress, but like it's the Supreme Court being like real in their old fucking ways. Like in I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get political. I hate getting political. But it's just like some of the old fucking dumb ways. It's like you got a guy like let's like a CEO. Like some of the like I've like seen some clips of like him getting questions. Like the guy's from Singapore, like the most anti like Chinese government, you know, territory or whatever. I don't know what the technical term is. Like if that doesn't give you any indication, and he's proud to be from Singapore but he's not proud to be Chinese, yeah, I think that's something. I think that probably says something. I think that might say something. That tells you something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But like a lot of people have been moving to other like pseudo apps. But also too, it's like why? And even like with the churning of Biden over to Trump again. Like even like people, even like the current or upcoming administration has no intentions to ban like TikTok or enforce the ban of TikTok or that, which they'll win. Weirdly enough, for I don't know. Uh, yeah. If I hope it doesn't because like, god damn it, I have I gotta get him on here because fellow Twitch streamer, whatever, social, whatever, streamer, social media, whatever crap, stream buddy, Tartizzle, we gotta go through our fucking messages because god damn it, I've sent him so many goddamn TikToks. And we gotta go through them before, if it does actually, get banned, we gotta get them done. We gotta go through them. And we've keep making this joke. It's like, oh, we gotta go through them. We gotta go through them. We actually gotta go through them just in case it does happen. Because holy shit, if it does, fuck, all that work for nothing. I mean, it is what it is, but still, I'd rather like, let's go through them before, just in case. Just like that's a funny note. Just good for content stream. Yeah. I sent a lot. Not like spam a lot, but quite a bit. I also don't want to get like lose my streak with my girlfriend. Like it's like a video version of Snapchat of like sending funny memes. It's like I don't want to lose that either. It's like we're on like day 200 or something like that. Let me actually take a look. 'Cause I think it's like 200 something. It has to be. Like there's no reason that it shouldn't be at this point. I think we did like lose one early on, but like even so, it should be like at 200. Yeah, 215. Yeah. I don't want to lose that. And that's like kind of on the upper end because they started doing streaks like early last year, but not like, no, not early technically. If there was like 100 days, kind of like in March or April. I can't remember. So to lose that streak like at the beginning, like from basically the beginning of streaks, is kind of crazy, you know. So I don't want to lose that. There were plenty of times. Well, it's mainly like my Duolingo streak, which that is actually pretty okay. That one's fine. It's like, oh my god, I almost thought I forgot to do it. No, I have a lot of like apps or things on my phone that are like I got to do my daily stuff. Wordle, I try to always do my Wordle. I missed a few here and there, or the beginning of the year, but I I have like quite a bit. I think I don't know what the streak is, but I'm decent at it. So sometimes I definitely do go on to like another source and try to solve it before I do my official one because I can't, because some of the words that they put up on there are just like, all right, what the fuck? Like how was like the way that I do it? There's no way I'm gonna get it. Like there was no way I was gonna get it. And my typical method, whenever I'm doing one, is I always start out with horse or plant. Typically, it's all like 99% of the time, it's going to be horse. If I do plant, if it's nothing's in horse, I do plant. And if nothing's in either of those two, panic. I don't know. Because at that point, I just don't know. Because you cover the R.L. Stein in those words, but also you get a lot of the vowels and you get a lot of letters that are consistently used. Like you get H, you get T, you get S, you got N, N, O, E, A. You got like more than half the vowels there. You got I and then U and maybe sometimes Y, but no, we're not going to count that. But like more than half of the vowels in those two words, yeah, I think that's pretty good. And you got R.L. Stein, RLSTNE, just like in whatchamacalls it, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like I would not be good at that game. I mean, although like not like the game show I would suck at. The wheel would be so rigged if I were to go on there. It would be so rigged. They just weight it down on the bankrupt thing just to make it stop. What other ones do I do? Sometimes I do connections. Duolingo, yeah. I don't want to talk about how long that streak is, but it's long. It's incredibly long, and I've learned nothing. I mean, I have learned stuff here and there, but like retained a whole lot of information, not so much. Because I think the main language I'm doing right now is Japanese, and it's fucking tough. I'll tell you what, it's fucking tough. And it doesn't help when they're the speakers don't enunciate. It really sucks when they don't enunciate, and I don't use the plan that lets you have unlimited retries. It really fucking sucks because I don't want to lose my lesson because I didn't hear an the N because they didn't enunciate. They slurred a word. It's like I'm not here to get shin. Or it's like sheen. It's like what? That's not one. I don't think that's a word. And two, it's like you just fucking rug pulled me. Whatever. Speaking about pulling, I actually can't believe that's a good transition into some magic cards. I want to open up some magic cards. We're gonna do a quick one. We got 3 packs of foundations. I gotta figure out if wait, does it come out this Friday? I gotta make sure that I get some Innistrad Remastered before stuff. I can't remember though. I think it does come out this Friday, so I might get a box, maybe 2. I probably shouldn't, but I do want to get a box of Innistrad Remastered just to open because, goddamn, dude. And then Aether Drift comes at like the end of the month, which is absurd, or the beginning of next month. I don't remember. It's hard to. It's like, and then we get fucked. I am not happy because apparently, according to like, I wouldn't say leaks. Actually, I'm gonna do the pack trick on that one. I already did that, the pack trick, so I did pretty decent. So I'm just gonna open up the other 3 and just do pack tricks. So according to potential leaks or theory, based off of like, there's been some like deals and stuff on a Magic Arena that's been saying like, hinting kind of like, oh, this daily deal is with vehicles. This daily deal has dragons of Tarkir, or like Tarkir when they go back to Tarkir. This one has like fantasy stuff, Final Fantasy. This one has spiders. Oh, Spider-Man. This one has, I don't know, fucking planets. I don't know what is that one this year? Edge of Eternity? I think it is this year. The space opera one. I think that's this year. They have like I don't freaking remember. But then the last one, which no one knows yet, they did elementals and things like, oh, core firebender. It's like, Christ. That means they're going to be doing Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I like. I'll get into after this. After the opening, I will get into, because I have thoughts, big thoughts on that. So first pack, we got a Mischievous Pup, Eager Truffle Snout, an Elvish Regrower. That's pretty good. Hey, come on, old Blue Eyes Red Dragon. What's going on, Todd Tizzle? Speaking of which, I already mentioned it in the thing. We gotta do the TikTok thing before it goes bye-bye. Ooh, Balmore. Cam would be so fucking excited about this one. Ooh, Alicia. Ooh, Crystal Barricade. That's pretty sick. Honestly, we could do it tomorrow. Or today, technically. Today. It's tomorrow, today, whatever. Oh, we already did the pack trick on this one. I should know this. For our MTG cards. I gotta get this guy back into Magic the Gathering, full stop. It's fucking fun as shit. It's a bear, but goddamn, this is so fun. Foundations is a good set to do. Oh yeah, and I'm willing to teach you Commander. It's just basically Singleton. And there's plenty of shows. There's plenty of shows to watch that can teach you how to play Magic to play Commander. It's not really hard. It's like Magic, but single. And there's a lot of politics, so it's the second pack. I really want to get another Heir Apparent. Come on. Fuck. Zombie Token, Mountain. Ooh, Foil Tatiova. She's pretty good. Ooh, that's a big hit. Twin Flame Tyrant, like a $20 card? I don't know. Burnished Heart. Hell yeah. I already did the pack trick. I don't like how they do these packs anymore. Or like they do it right sometimes. Sometimes in some places they do it correct. But in most places they just do it so you can and you're done. I don't like that. I like the thrill of the pack opening. So you got Snakeskin Veil, Goblin Negotiation, Mischievous Mystic. That those are some funny uncommons right there. Hopefully, come on, come on, damn it! No, not even a single one. Not even a single one. That's fine. Food. We got a foil Swiftwater Cliffs, and then a foil Spectral Sailor. We got a full art. Ooh, Leyline Axe. This is real good. This is really good. It's a good for commander or an equipment or anything. So if this card were to be in your opening hand, you could just play it, just outright. Thus, the Leyline, which is the common theme upon Leyline cards. And its equipment, you can +1/+1 and has equipped creature has +1/+1, has double strike and trample, which is fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, that's pretty good. It's really good. And for it being in like the set that it is, it's like it's crazy. I like Foundations. Foundations is like kind of it's the new version of like the core sets, but it's so fucking clean. When Standard is definitely in a good place, because when you got Brian Kibler, fucking multi-time Magic Pro Tour winner, Brian Kibler saying Standard is probably the best it's ever been, I'm gonna fucking take his word on that. I am going to take his word on that any day of the week. He knows his shit. And if he says Standard is in a good place, Standard is in a good place. That's what I'm gonna just say. Standard, and I need to build some more standard decks, especially with Foundations, stuff like that. It's a good thing to build. There's a lot of good stuff. I didn't need to get back into building that. Arena's obviously a good place to do that, but I haven't been on Arena in a fucking long time. And plus, it's fun to get curb stomped. A little bit, it's fun to curb stomp people, but it's fun sometimes to get curb stomped by people. I feel some of them are just bringing like their top tier decks to get just just to get their dailies done. But it's so fun playing like a mono blue deck technically I don't think it's viable anymore, but the Consider deck, ooh, when that was still legal and standard, I think Consider might be still legal and standard. I don't know if it is. But with Howdy Jin, or not, I think it's not Howdy Jin. I think it is Howdy Jin. Yeah, Howdy Jin. That Howdy Jin deck, perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love the Howdy Jin deck. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I could talk all day and all night. But like, so apparently, the last, no one knows what this set's going to be this year. The last set of this year is going to be, according to spoilers, as I was already talking about earlier, from like a theme built up like daily deals in an arena, the last set potentially might be Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because not to say that I don't think Wizards of the Coast can actually do that, can do it good, do it justice. I just think that every single company and IP that's tried to take on Avatar flops every single time, hands down. The movie flopped. Honestly, even Nickelodeon doing Korra kind of flopped. It got the stuff that it wanted to do, but it's kind of flopped. It wasn't as great. Let's be honest. It was not as good as The Last Airbender. It told good stories. Don't get me wrong. But I think the consensus is people don't like it as much. Especially season 2 and 3. What was which? Wait, what was three? Three was. Oh no, three was fine. Three was weird. Four was kind of. Eh. Three I think was good because that one had Zahir, if I remember. He basically just becomes a airbender, which that was fun. That one was a good one. That was real good. But the one where she basically has to be, she becomes, restarts the avatar cycle. I think because of what the events of that, I hate. I think I could speak for a lot of the other people that it fucking sucks. It's stupid. And she also made a lot of stupid ass decisions that caused that to happen. So, but no, why I'm skeptic on why they should do it. Every single one has fucked it up bad. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I think we should just leave it alone. We are just blinded by nostalgia. We are blinded by nostalgia and we just can't leave it alone. Let it lie. Please, for God's sakes. We've already done this enough. We try to make Avatar fetch again, and it's just not going to happen. Stop trying to make it happen again. Like, you can try. You can modernize it. I feel like just doing it in small things, but trying to make it a big like project thing like that, it's never going to work anymore. It's not going to work anymore. It's way past that time. Way past it. And yeah, I just don't think it's going to work. I just don't think it will work. And all, but Wizards of the Coast, though, they know how to put their whole ass out. They know how to do shit right. God damn. If Marvel, like the Marvel Secret Layers, although the fuck up with that, the whole debacle with that and Secret Layers and whatever, the flavoring and just the mechanics of those cards, holy shit, I'm creaming my pants just thinking about it. They're so good. Like Wolverine like is able to come back pretty much whenever, just regenerate. The mechanic of regenerate is in his card. That's funny. And him doing so much damage, doubling his damage after the fact. What? That's crazy. I love it. Absolutely love it. That's why like Leyline Axe is a good card. And I'm probably going to put, not this copy, into his deck because goddamn. I played with him once, trampled. I was abusive. You could call me an abusive father. I was like beating every creature up. It was oppressive. It's like in Marvel Rivals. He's a diver. Go after a single target and just destroy. Destroy. And he's so good at it. You could do it at any turn, and his ability works on any turn. At the end of turn, he gets a +1/+1 counter if he dealt damage to a creature. So you attack on another opponent's turn, or attack a creature on another opponent's turn. The whole table, one time around the table, you put 3 more counters on. Plus, so you already, like, once it gets back to you, you have 4 counters on a 2/2. That's a 6/6, and then you double that. That's 12. And you can kill. You can kill him pretty quick. And then you put like token or like counter doublers or whatever. It's crazy. And that's why I love it. Captain America. Another good one. And I'm sorry that I'm talking about Magic a little bit too long. I like Magic the Gathering. God damn it. But his ability, you can attach an equipment, his shield, for instance, at the beginning of combat. And then you can spend mana to throw his shield to up to 3 targets and distribute damage evenly, I believe. upon those, up to 3 targets. So you can just throw them at somebody's face, go over their creatures, go past their creatures. So however whatever the cost of that equipment is, you just dealt that much damage to their face. It's not commander damage, but it's good. It's very good. Man, and giving him Excalibur is fucking hilarious. I like once he has Excalibur, that's a board wipe. That is an absolute board wipe. And then you get mana ability cost reducers. Ooh, absolutely deadly. Deadly. Storm has the storm mechanic. What else do I got to say there? Black Panther lands. I think Black Panther is one that they kind of just like, on. It works, but I feel like him, the Black Panther, T'Challa as a leader or something like that, I feel like as a card, I think they kind of, they could have done better. But that's like the weakest one. And then Iron Man caring about artifacts and then scrying for artifacts and building better things. Yeah, that about tracks. And I feel like the Spider-Man set's gonna be fucking banger. If those Marvel cards are to say anything, but I just don't think that Avatar's gonna hold the same thing. It just won't. There's no way, absolutely no way, because there's nothing to support it, and like I just don't think that it's gonna hold. Like White's gonna suck because it's gonna be airbenders and they're gonna all be defender or something like that, and they're not gonna do any damage. You're gonna have the Avatar's gonna be fucking Wooburg. The Avatar in the Avatar state is gonna be Wooburg. Whoop-de-doo. Almost nothing is gonna be in black. Maybe. You can maybe do something in black. I don't really know. Probably the Fire Nation being I don't fucking know. Or spirits. Oh yeah, you could probably do the spirits. Like the malicious spirits is that, but like they're not typically malicious. There's not going to be a whole lot of black. You got your fucking blue. It's going to be water. You got your red's going to be fire, and your green's going to be earth. Like green's going to care about landfall. Fire's going to care about doing burn damage. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Water's going to care about healing. Maybe? Or scrying? I don't fucking know. Being weird. Typical blue stuff. It just like feels like, yeah, it will work pretty easily, but I just don't think it's a good idea. I just don't. Like there's better options to work with, and I just don't think it's it. Yeah. And just the whole universe is beyond whatever baloney, the 50-50. It's gonna do a bad number on the game as a whole, I believe. Yeah, that's my whole thing with that. I just don't think it's gonna be good. But that said, Magic is also in its best place that's ever been. It's like both the worst and the best place, which is weird. Weird to think about. Kind of like I feel like the U.S. is kind of in a good place and in a bad place at the same time. It's like, well, shit's going down. You know, fucking LA's on fire. Our side's on, like, freezing our asses off. Snowing in places that it really shouldn't. And, like, yeah, all that crap. Just even like the ban with like TikTok, it's just like just some dumb stuff, but also at the same time, hey, it could be a lot worse. Also, a good thing that happened. We'll see how long it lasts. Not to be a skeptic, but let's see how long it lasts. They made Israel and Gaza made a ceasefire, so that's pretty good. Palestine and Israel made a ceasefire. It's crazy. Like, that's good. That is a good thing. But also, Let's see how long it lasts. I just don't think it's gonna last that long. Basically, they're trading back their hostages and stuff like that. So it's good that families are going to be reunited again. But I also fear that it's not going to be long again until that shit's going to happen once again. Because that just it's history repeats itself, and over there it happens a lot. It's kind of ingrained. I hate to say it. Hate to say it. Yeah. What else is? I don't really have a whole ton to talk about. I want to get. I was trying to beat. Well, speaking of going back to the last episode, talking about like Black Ops, zombies and whatever. I was trying to beat the Citadel de Mor Easter egg multiple times today, and I kept fucking dying on the damn Guardian. Like, on the same fucking step. So I went in prepared the first time. I just miscalculated, mistimed when I was supposed to do things, and I died. Whoops. The second time I went in, I used my stuff correctly, but then he kept spamming stomp, and then he just one-shotted me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I couldn't do anything. So I'm just sitting here like, huh? What am I supposed to do now? Like, I'm just trying to beat the damn Easter egg, and I can't get a crew together. I honestly don't trust getting a crew together because, no offense, like, and this is a bad quality of mine that I honestly need to work on. Trust issues, weird trust issues when it comes to like doing work, stuff like that. Because like, yeah, I could get it done with a team, but man, I don't trust it with a team. I just always feel like there's going to be someone that's going to fuck it up big time. Or, yeah, that's the main thing is like, I'm always in constant fear that someone's going to fuck it up big time. I just don't like that. Uh, yeah. And then, yeah, I just need to get back into the game. And plus, I haven't played it for a long time. But luckily, thank God, the like prize or whatever the thing that you get for beating the Easter egg, without a guide, is still technically up, and will be up until like the next season, which happens like at the end of the month, which I'm kind of glad about. And they also showed the next map, so I'm not mad about that. It's called a tomb. I just feel like it's like kind of, hopefully it's good, but man, what the tomb? That's the best that they could come up with. I don't know, man. I feel like a better name, and plus the title of the title card of it is just like kind of looks AI. No offense, but it just does not look good. It looks stupid, if you ask me. Looks real dumb. It looks like the Forsaken, but just made with less effort somehow. But I hope it's good. I do hope it's good. And like the weird dumb problem is like, oh, there's tight corridors, tight corridors. Yeah, there's always tight corridors, but like you got to make them like the whole space. Like you got to go through this area like a lot, but there's also like huge open spaces, which honestly for like in the later games, I feel like especially like in Cold War in 6, you need open spaces to train because they get faster and faster and faster. Whereas to like the old games, they weren't as fast. I think 4 was starting to ramp it up, but 3 had a lot of space. Or like you didn't have as many, and you had space to work with typically. 2 really had a lot of spaces to train and to be able to group up and do things. 1, depending on the map, and if it didn't bug, you had spaces to do it. But I feel like in like 4 had a problem where it's like, yeah, you could train, but like the places you need to go are so specific, as opposed to like I feel like now you can train, like especially like Citadel. Like there's a lot of places that you can train kind of effectively, but yeah, there are a few, some better than others. But I feel like really for Liberty Falls, right outside the bowling alley is the best place to train. The bowling alley is the best early game to train. And then Terminus, I think there's a couple islands that I feel like you can train in. They're like the helipad. Once you get out into the open, I feel like that big open space where you can go to Generator 2, whatever the frick it is. That's also another big open space that I feel like is good for training. There's quite a few spaces, I feel like, in there. But Citadel has quite a few. You have like the Spawn. Spawn's really good. Really good for that. And then I think the in front of the castle you can do, it's kind of meh. Right inside the castle, I feel like you could do a little bit. In the courtyard. The courtyard, and then the like watery catacombs is another place you can train really good. But yeah, there's a lot of places to train in Citadel, and that's why I like it. And the Easter egg for it is not too crazy hard. It's just that boss fight I'm just fucking stuck on. It's just like, god damn it. I'm kind of mad about. And then the Raven step was whatever. Okay, I think I yapped enough. So I could probably get close to wrapping it up here, I would say. But, hey, again, you can watch this live. You can go to twitch.tv/MeltedLurk Original. That is all one word. When you're searching it up, it's all one word. Oh, I got jump scared by my computer. Where you can not only watch this, but you can watch the after show. You can hang out in the chat. You can manipulate what's going on in stream. What I'm talking about, like Tart did when I was opening cards. Like, god damn it, he basically steered what I was trying to talk about. Honestly, I'm not mad about that. And then they give you miss it for up to 2 weeks. It's fine. It's whatever. But you can always watch every single edited episode on YouTube, every single one of them, as well as some other videos. I'm going to be putting out some more videos here in the near future. Be patient. I'm not going to be putting them out like I did last year because I'm done with that. I'm actually done with that. I just never actually did an announcement to it. And honestly, whatever. I'm happy that I got it done. I did it. I can say I did it. I made a video one time a week, once a week, every week of last year. And that was fun. But also, you can listen to starting at episode 100 on Spotify. And eventually I'll probably move to other ones. I think this year I probably should get it onto like Apple Podcasts or whatever the frick. And also the radio show, where it's the basic or retrospective of my time as a radio DJ and this as a show itself in the early stages. And it's just being more of a radio show. Kind of more, not really scripted, more constructed, I would say. But it's a fun watch. It's a fun listen. Not a watch, it's a listen. This is a watch. I think you can watch the video of this on Spotify. I know there is a thing that you could probably do that. You don't have to. You can watch this on there, but you don't have to. Yeah. Also, maybe if TikTok is gone, I'll post more videos on there. That'll be fun. Thank you to Gradients for the use of my theme song, or for use of the song Used to It off the album The Call. I had a brain fart there. I don't know why. But I think their next album is going to be better than their first. I mean, duh. But also, some of the tracks are just going to be so banger. I with if the ones that have been put out that you can listen to on pretty much any platform, like, SoundCloud, you can listen on Apple Music, you can listen on Spotify, you can listen, go to YouTube. Yeah, you can go to their YouTube page, Gradients Band. Gradients Band is the easiest way to find them too. The G with the arrow through it, going like up. That's them. But I wonder what they're going to call it. Call their next album. I honestly probably should talk with them and see what they want to do. Because, I feel like they could... I want to help with that, maybe. Graphic design is my passion. But we'll see. Also, thank you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But, I'm going to give it a minute before I start saying goodbye. But it is not midnight here anymore. However, it is midnight somewhere else. It is midnight in the mountain time. It is midnight there. So, but until it becomes midnight here once again, I will see you later. But until then, I think you know what? Bye?
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, well, I told her I can't let go. Well, I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.